Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Iconic, and in this video we're gonna go over alkanes and do some practice problems. In the last video I gave you a brief idea of how to go about naming them and the different rules and how to apply them. Now in this video I'm gonna show you some different examples and why sometimes you might get confused and how you should avoid getting confused. So the first rule that I told you is identify your longest carbon chain. And it's usually it's not always obvious. So like example in the right here, when you look at this right away, you tell yourself, oh, the longest carbon chain is starting from 1 2 3 4 5, right? From left to right. Usually that's how students make mistakes, but this actually isn't the longest carbon chain, because if you count these two carbons right here, then you can see your longest carbon chain is 1 2 3 4 5 6 instead of 5. So this right here that I'm tracing over, this is your longest carbon chain. So there's 1 2 3 4 5 6. If there's 6 carbons, you guys should know by now that this is going to be called a hexane, right? This is the overall parent name. Now what about the substituents that's added to it? What about all the groups that are added to it? Well, let's look at it. Right over here I have this attached to it, and this is just one carbon. One carbon that's attached to, one carbon that has 3 hydrogens, but you don't have to acknowledge that. I'm just gonna write it in. What do you call it? This is a 1 carbon chain that's attached to it. Let me move my hand. This is a 1 carbon chain that's attached to it. And from the previous video, you should know that 1 carbon, we call this a methyl group. Now, how do you go about putting hexane, methyl all together? Well, the second rule is what? You want to number your parent chain in such a way that all the substituents, they get the lowest overall number. So let's go about doing that. If we number from this direction, we see what will the methyl group get? Well, it'll be 1 2 3 4, right? It'll be 4 methyl. But if we start numbering from the other direction, 1 2 3, instead it'll be 3 methyl. So that's how you should number your carbon chain: 1 2 3 4 5 6, blah blah blah. So now that you have these two pieces of information together, you have these two information, put it together. So this one, you'll call it a 3-methyl hexane. That's it. Very simple.